Hello, Life Path 3, and welcome to your monthly numerology here at Readings at the Round Table. I'm Jennifer, and this is Yasmin, who you can't really see right now, unless she gets up and moves around again. And that's Mouse, and I know you can't see him. And Badger is outside howling like a crazy thing. So he and Mouse are in a polite disagreement. I know. I don't know what to do with them. It's cats, man. What are you going to do? All right, Life Path 3. This is a reading for April 2023. I know, just moving on down the year, right? So, April is not as busy, astrologically speaking, as March has been. And I'm still in March. I'm still reading. Well, I'm actually reading. Today is St. Patrick's Day, the day that I'm reading. So, I'm sitting here still in it, with all the stuff that's happening in March. But there's a lot of stuff happening in April. It's just not as busy, astrologically speaking, as March was. March was a game changer month. It was a big month. There was a lot going on. Major shifts happening, like Saturn and Pluto moving. But this month has its own busyness. Let's call it that. So we really have a lot going on religiously this month because we have Passover and Easter. So just, whatever you celebrate. We also have Earth Day on the 22nd. Now, I think this is wonderful because, we always start out April every year with the sun in Aries. So the sun's in Aries, the sun moves into Aries in late March. So we move into April every year with the sun in Aries. And the sun is exalted in Aries. The sun loves being in Aries. So this is a really great time. This is why, it's so wonderful, bringing in that rebirth feeling, that new beginning feeling with the sun in Aries. I think it's fantastic for the beginning of April. On the 3rd of April, we have Mercury going into Taurus. Then on the 6th of April, we have a full moon in Libra. On the 11th, we have Venus leaving Taurus and moving into Gemini. And on the 20th, this is where we have a busy day. On the 20th of April, we have our second new moon in Aries. Yes, second new moon in Aries. And we have the sun moving into Taurus. Now, the second new moon in Aries takes place just after midnight Eastern Standard Time. And the sun doesn't move into Taurus until around 4:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, there is a tiny bit of separation, but still, this is our second new moon in Aries. Here's our little bonus for that day. We have a solar eclipse in Aries. It's not busy at all. Now, we also, we're not done yet. One more. And this one's a fun one because on the 21st, Mercury goes retrograde. Mercury is kicking off retrograde season this year because Pluto is the next one to go retrograde and he goes in May. And we will talk about that for May's reading. But Mercury goes retrograde on the 21st. Make sure that you're aware and you pay attention to the fact that there is a shadow period before and after. So before Mercury goes retrograde, there's about 10 to 14 days of shadow period. And there's about 10 to 14 days of shadow period once he goes direct. So that will mess up communications, but Mercury is not the boogeyman of astrology. He just goes retrograde more often than any other planet. And you can't stop your life, while Mercury's in retrograde, but you can take some extra precautions. Yeah, I light candles all the time. So April is a 5-month for you. Which is great because this is a time of passion for you. This is a time of changes. This is a time of being social. This is a wonderful time of that, that gregarious, dynamic feeling that you see with 5 people. This truly is a great time for you. So you're so artistic and creative and imaginative, and it's going to be great to bring in that energy and creative action of the 5. That dynamic, inspiring, and passionate energy that we see with 5s. This is definitely a time for you to be very versatile and adaptable, because you're going to see pivotal changes happen to you. So just make sure that you keep in mind that this can be a seesaw period of unpredictable ups and downs. And passion has a tendency to do that to us, right? So this is a time that you want to harness your energy like an athlete, and so that you can have the freedom to go beyond your limitations. So make sure you are harnessing the energy that is coming into you this month, because you don't want to, like, I don't want to say burn out, but you don't want to just use it all up and then just be like, oh my gosh, I'm so tired. No, harness that energy and work through things just like a professional athlete. Because the shadow side of a 5 is unable to move beyond imagined limitations. And some of those imagined limitations could be just feeling exhausted or tired. It can be difficult to harness, but I think with you 3, I think you're going to be able to do it, because you're used to that creative energy anyway. I mean, you're used to the self-expression part. Now you're just using it in a different way. It's going to be great. It really is. So, making sure that you are versatile and adaptable to the changes that are coming in is going to be so awesome for you, because you can have a tendency to be a little pessimistic, and that's not where we want to be 3, right? So, like, again, the shadow side of a 5 is feeling nervous or restless. Don't invite that in, okay? And you don't cultivate that pessimism that can feed into a 3. Yeah. So just make sure that as a 3, you're a big communicator, communicating your thoughts and emotions. Make sure you keep an eye on what Mercury's doing. Very important, because as a 3, you need to be able to share your authentic voice. You need to be able to speak freely. And this is a time of a lot of change and a lot inspiring and passionate changes. And you need to be able to speak your truth and say, this works for me, this doesn't work for me. I know. It can make a huge difference. I think this is going to be a wonderful time for you. I really do. I think this is going to be fantastic. And, you know, I always try to be positive, but really being in the month of a 5 is adventure. It really is. It's adventure, and you're not going to be bored. You might be busy, but you're not going to be bored. All right, let's see what cards we have for you. I'm pulling from the decks that I usually do. The Goddess Guidance deck, the Crystal deck, and I added Moonology because we have our second new moon in Aries, and since Mercury is going retrograde, I thought I'd throw in an extra card this month. So the Goddess Guidance deck, and then, oh, hey, I can switch the things. Mother Mary, expect a miracle. Sorry about the lights. I'm still trying to set them up properly. Okay, Mother Mary, expect a miracle. All right, then let's pull from the Crystal deck. And the Crystal deck and the Moonology deck are two of the decks that I read from the book. I rarely read from the book, but these two decks, I feel like it's imperative because they have a lot of information. A lot of information on these cards. Numite, the healer. I have some Numite on my little, or I did. Mouse has definitely been mad at me because he's been moving some of my stuff around. Oh, okay. Look at the bigger picture. Full moon in Sagittarius. All right. Actually, let's start with Mother Mary. Expect a miracle. Love this card. So pretty. Okay. Have faith that your prayers have been heard and that they are being answered. Wow. Okay, I'm going to go to the Moonology because that was the book that was on top. So, okay. Look at the bigger picture. Full moon in Sagittarius. Are you thinking too much about the details of your dilemma? Fretting over minutiae can be counterproductive. Or perhaps you're being all talk with no action. This card is a reminder that while it's good to think things through, sometimes you need to step back and look at the bigger picture. What do you then see about your current situation? What's the most positive thought you can have about it? Now is the time to count your blessings, even if you don't exactly have what you want. That's true. This card is also a reminder that we often have to take a few risks and go with uncertainty on this journey. Try to keep an open mind about what's for the best, because the universe could surprise you. And attune to the moon. Take time out for a mini break or an adventure. Oh, mini break sounds great. Oh my gosh. But this is an adventurous time. It really is. Because 5 is an adventure time. Oh, did I skip it? Numite. Okay, healer. Let's take a look at that card one more time. Okay, Numite holds within it the powerful medicine of a healer and the shaman. It assists in all aspects of the healer's journey, especially working on the shadow and the powerful journey into the darkness or the void, bringing light and wisdom to the soul. I like that. Those who connect and work with this stone will embark on a powerful journey of deep healing and self-realization. This is the stone of a warrior and the shaman. Support on the journey into your shadow self, creating a sacred space to obtain deep wisdom, strength, and courage. It increases strength and endurance during difficult times and assists on the journey to self-mastery. Assists to all love and respect. Assists to love all aspects of yourself. That makes sense. That makes sense. Because you're not going to be able to communicate your authentic self and what you really have to say unless you do love and appreciate yourself. That's how you speak authentically. And with all these changes going on, this could be the time that you really start to appreciate who you are. Thank you so much for joining me today, Life Path 3. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful April. Don't forget to check out your your weekly zodiac signs, your weekly zodiac reading also on this channel. And there was something else. Oh, and some of my other shows, that will show up from time to time as soon as I get them edited. Yeah. But I really do appreciate you. Thank you so much for your support on my channel. I really do. I appreciate you. I hope I hope you have a wonderful month. And until we see each other again, get out there and make your magic. Bye.